The Nambudiri Brahmins, also transliterated Namboothiri, are Hindu Brahmins from the Indian state of Kerala. For centuries they held a dominating influence in all matters in the region, be it religion, politics, society, economics or culture. History. Nambudiri mythology associates their immigration to Kerala from the banks of Narmada, Krishna and Kaveri rivers with the legendary creation of Kerala by Parasurama, an avatar of Vishnu. Syriac Pulapilli has noted a theory that the Nambudiris are associated by some with the development of the caste system in Kerala. Pulapilli refers to other theories also, but of this one he says that although Brahmin influences had existed in the area since at least the 1st century AD, there was a large influx of these people from around the 8th century when they acted as priests, counselors and ministers to local kings and worked as advisors. They also propagated the Vedic religion to the locals. The Nambudiri Brahmins also fought against the invaders like British. The origins of Malayalam as a language is also attributed to the Nambudiri Brahmins' mixing of Sanskrit and the local Tamil language. Their dominating influence was to be found in all matters: religion, politics, society, economics and culture. Marriage with heirs. The Nambudiri Brahmin tradition, which limited the extent of marriage within their own caste, led to the practice of hypergamy with the Nair community. Kathleen Goff notes that these hypergamous unions were regarded by Brahmins as socially acceptable concubinage, for the union was not initiated with Vedic rites, the children were not legitimized as Brahmins, and neither the woman nor her child was accorded the rights of kin. By the matrilineal castes, however, the same unions were regarded as marriage, for they fulfilled the conditions of ordinary Nair marriage and served to legitimize the child as an acceptable member of his matrilineal lineage and caste. The disparity in caste ranking in a relationship between a Brahmin man and a Nair woman meant that the woman was unable to live with her husband in the Brahmin family and so remained in her own family. The children resulting from such marriages always became Nairs. K.M. Panikar argues that it is this type of relationship that resulted in the matrilineal and matrilocal system. It has also been argued that the practice, along with judicious selection of the man who tied the tali, formed a part of the Nair aspirational culture whereby they would seek to improve their status within the caste. Furthermore, that, among the higher-ranking Nairs, in contradistinction to the commoner Nairs, no two subdivisions admitted to equal status. Thus the relations set up by the tall right and the Sambandham union were always hypergamous, although it is certain that in theory hypergamy can cause a shortage of marriageable women in the lowest ranks of a caste and promote upwards social movement from the lower Nair subdivision. The numbers involved would have been very small. It was not a common practice outside the higher subcaste groups. Attire. Traditionally, Nambudiri men wore a cloth around the waist called a mundu. When they had to travel, they wore a simple cloth around the waist called a thoruz. When they had to travel, they wore two sets of cloth in addition known as a vastram.